Hi, this is Thomas Miller, and we're talking about New Doxology, which is a song that I wrote the second and third verse to, as well as the chorus. The original verse, the first verse, praise God from whom all blessings flow. That whole verse there is actually an old hymn that is sung in churches all across the world, usually at the beginning or at the end of a service. And we put it at the very beginning of our recording just as a way to start the CD out by just declaring God's blessing and God's praises. It came about one morning. I was finished with my devotional time with the Lord, and I was looking through a hymnal that I had beside my bed. I was looking through the hymnal and reading different songs, reading the text of different songs, and I came across Doxology, and it really struck a strong chord in my heart. So I was looking at the text, and I started noticing that actually it's all written in third-person perspective, which keeps God at a reverential and transcendent perspective, never addresses God in first person. And so I thought, I'd really like to add a couple verses to that if I could. And so a couple more verses came, and they are all taken in a perspective of third person where God isn't addressed directly. I really love the fact that God is a near God, and that God is someone who we call friend, someone who is with us every day. But I also love thinking of the Lord as someone who is transcendent, who is beyond time, beyond space. In fact, I was just reading this morning in Genesis chapter 1, just the first phrase, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And I thought, what a neat thing to think about, that before He created all that we see today, He still was. Even in the midst of nothingness, or in the midst of void, He still was. And I was just floored by the fact that God is so mighty and so transcendent beyond time and space. And so when we're singing, praise God, from whom all blessings flow, we're really praising the one who is seated on the throne, whose throne is transcendent, whose authority will never end. And so the third verse of this song, I wanted to bring in a little more perspective of the cross. And so at the end of the verse it says, praise to the one who died for me. And I just wanted the singer to be able to bring the perspective of the transcendent God to the cross, and to understand that truly the one who died for us on the cross, that Jesus broke time and space and came and affected us right where we live, and was hung on a cross where in fact time and space stood still, and the very definition of time and space were given. So then in the chorus we say, praise God who saved my soul. It's just a way of just declaring that that same God who is above all, who is beyond all, is the same God who died for us. Psalm 45:6 says that God's throne is going to last forever and ever. Also Psalm 93 verse 2 says that He was established, His throne was established long ago, and that He's from all eternity. And I just think it's cool to think about that the one from all eternity is the same God who is enthroned in our praises, enthroned in the praises of man, declaring that we've been redeemed, that we've been saved because of His sacrifice on the cross. I think it's important for congregations to continue to sing the hymns. Oftentimes today we focus a lot on modern choruses, but it's so good to tie in the rich text of the hymns with modern day choruses, and to declare God's praises throughout all generations. And there are many generations that are represented in our congregation, as well as many congregations across America, where there are many milestones that have been created in many people's lives because of a song, maybe it be in a hymn that they sang 30 or 40 years ago. That is great for us to resurrect those and maybe add a new skin to it, and to declare God's praises with the same text in a new way.
Father, Son, and